Good evening, welcome to Dateline. The welfare of populace, no doubt, is one of the prime responsibilities of any government. As different countries have started evacuating their citizens from the war-ravaged Sudan, of course, Nigeria is also strategizing on how to do the same to its citizens, some of whom are in the alien land of scholarship. Dateline proper today delves into another giant stride made by Governor of Osbc, Senator Ademola, who promised to continue giving the state capital, Osogbo, a more befitting outlook in terms of social infrastructure, which can be described as a Ramadan gift, as Dateline also examines the significance of the Ramadan celebration that ends the 30 days fast, celebrated recently. The magazine program also explores the incidents in Adamawa political saga, which has become the talk of town in recent times. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the menu. But first, the hard news segment. My name is Oluchi Amuda. Once again, welcome to Dateline. The Nigerian government has raised some trade concerns with the government of the Republic of China over allegations bordering on importation of substandard products to Africa and Nigeria in particular, as against what is reportedly exported to developed nations. The Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Evelyn Ngige, raised the concern at the China-Nigeria Investment, Economic and Trade Promotion Conference held recently in Abuja. The Permanent Secretary, represented by the Ministry's Director of Trade, Suleiman Audu, noted that the conference was in preparation for the next China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo, which she noted has been scheduled to hold in China in the coming month. Raising concerns about China's trade relationship with Africa and visa tenure, the Nigerian government official accused China of producing substandard products for Africa and issuing short visa tenures to Nigerians, factors stakeholders believe needs to be urgently addressed to avoid hindering both countries' trade relationship. The official expressed displeasure with the Asian giant over what he described as the different malpractices and the different trade policies that could obstruct bilateral trade. Meanwhile, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SIRAP, has enjoined President Muhammadu Buhari to set up a presidential panel of inquiry to promptly probe the allegations that over 149 million barrels of crude oil were missing, as documented in the 2019 audited report by the Auditor General of the Federation and Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. SIRAP also said he should ensure the effective prosecution of anyone suspected to be responsible for the plundering of the country's oil wealth and the full recovery of any proceeds of crime. According to the 2019 audited report by the Auditor General, over 107 million barrels of crude oil were lifted as domestic crude without any document or tracing. Naiti also reported missing 42.25 million barrels of crude oil in 2019. In a statement made available to newsmen by SIRAP Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization said there is a legitimate public interest in ensuring justice and accountability over the allegations. In the meantime, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola has approved a comprehensive climate change agenda to address emerging concerns about climate change and its impact on the state. A statement by Governor's spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid, indicated that the development is to make Osun the most climate-friendly state in Nigeria. The statement adds that the agenda will focus on creation of State Climate Advisory Board, the establishment of Climate Tracking Research Unit at Osun State University, development of annual State Energy Report, and the hosting of a post-COP27 conference for subnational entities in Nigeria. Also, part of the agenda covers a long list of climate adaptation and resilience projects which will generate local jobs, preserve the environment, and enhance the state's capacity to benefit in the area of carbon credit and finance. Speaking on the agenda, Governor Adeleke said the approval of the climate program is a fulfillment of his election promises to address the threatening environmental crisis facing Osun and the world at large. In a bid to forestall breakdown of epidemic in Osun State, Governor Adeleke has approved the rehabilitation of selected waterworks and water pipeline networks across the state. The General Manager of Osun State Water Corporation, Engineer Dukweola Jokotola, stated this on a sensitization program promoting the activities of Governor Adeleke's administration on Osbc radio and television. Engineer Jokotola listed many challenges facing water supply in the state, to include the use of old asbestos, cement, pipes, and several years ago, which are now in terrible state. According to her, Governor Adeleke has approved the immediate upgrade of pipeline networks of both Ede and Oshogbo waterworks, alongside the repairs and recharging of water filter media at Iwo and Ekoinde waterworks. She added that the governor also approved funds for the corporation to purchase water treatment chemicals, while most of the broken old pipes have been replaced with modern durable pipes to improve water supply to all the nooks and crannies of the state. She enjoined the customers of the State Water Corporation to pay their monthly bills promptly for them to continue enjoying uninterrupted water supply across the state. Thrills, Fun and Games Amusement Park is a serene environment where all classes of people will have maximum enjoyment and a place to recreate lovely moments with families and friends. The manager of Thrills, Films and Games Amusement Park, Oshogbo, Mr. Isaac Adekaye, stated this during an interview with Osbc News on what the amusement park have in store for the people of Osun State. Our reporter Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has the details.
In a bid to make holidays and daily lives of people in Oshogbo, the Osun State capital, an unforgettable experience through fun and games, TFG Amusement Park behind Mopo Base, adjacent Bovas Filling Station, West Bypass, Ring Road, Oshogbo, is designed with a lot of goodies, fun and games for fun seekers. Speaking with OSBC News, the manager at TFG Amusement Park, Mr. Isaac Adekoye, said the TFG Amusement Park is designed for fun seekers, and it is a place for all to recreate memories with immediate and extended family members, where one will have a sense of belonging in a very serene environment. He added that the TFG Amusement Park is designed for both old and children games, such as pirate ship, carousel ride, water slide, teacup ride, and indoor games, among others, urging all and sundry to use the festive period, come holidays, to visit TFG Park for a better relaxation, fun and games.
For the people coming, it's an opportunity for them to get away, for them to go out, for them to have fun, sort of like just a day out for the families. And then for me, it's also an opportunity as a son of the land from Osun to also give something back. There was an opportunity in the space for recreation, and that's what we're trying to fill.
Speaking with holiday makers who took the advantage of the public holiday to hang out with family and friends on their experience at the TFG Amusement Park, Mrs. Shukurat Kamarudin and Mrs. Umwafo Unzube said their experience at the park cannot be quantified, explaining that their children are happy coming to the Trails, Fun and Games Amusement Park.
Very nice and lovely place, I think. I'm just coming into Oshogbo rides, and there's a place like this for kids and adults. I'm glad there's a place like this.
Things here are different, and because they will enjoy it. They've been on holiday and we've been going from the house to the shop, and this is an outing that every child will enjoy.
Children who were at the playground could not hide their joy and excitement as they were grateful to their parents.
Before me, I'm happy. It was just enjoyable. I cannot express it.
What would you say to mommy if you want to come here again?
I'll say, can she please allow us come here?
I feel happy and excited.
TFG Park Oshogbo is designed for all attendees to have unquantified enjoyment with different varieties of foods and goodies. This modern park is also designed with the state-of-the-art equipment, spaces for children's birthday parties, wedding ceremonies, and meetings of all sorts, among others. Uluwa Tobilova, Odunuga, OSBC News.
We now go on a commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Hey, this kid, how old are you? 1,000. We go one plate. táyà o.
Farabalẹ̀ now.
Madam, èló lówó wa?
Brother, na 3,005.
Màá fún yín ní owó pé káàdì Glo ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún 10,000.
Ó yá.
Bring your phone.
Ah, 10,000.
These Glo people now, wow, 1,000 naira credit. Now it has gone to 10,000.
No. All of us don't know about Glo Berekete. Ní ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá nísìnyí.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́? Ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá ló máa gbà lórí iyekíye tó o bá rà sórí ohun ìpè Glo Berekete 10 times rẹ.
I told you, now what go tell?
You are welcome back. The Nigerian Army troops of the 21 Armored Brigade Bama Operation Hardin Kai and 199 Special Forces Battalion in collaboration with Civilian Joint Task Force have killed 36 Boko Haram terrorists in the ongoing clearance operation in Sambisa Forest in Borno State. The troops, headed by Brigadier General Victor Onachuku, aka Emperor, made the unprecedented incursions into the Boko Haram hideouts in its determined effort to completely eliminate the Boko Haram terrorists hibernating along the fences of the Sambisa Forest. This is disclosed by a source and confirmed by a counterinsurgency expert and security analyst in the Lake Chad region, Zagazola Makama, revealing that the clearance operation, which began from Awulari, progressed further into other identified insurgent camps around Gano and Alafa neighboring communities of Sambisa Forest axis in Bama local government area of Borno State. Makama said the troops further stormed and cleared Izara and Fariso, where the troops ferociously engaged dozens of resisting terrorists in a heavy gun battle. The troops overpowered the terrorists after about 10 minutes of gun battle, killing 18 of them and recovered several motorcycles, AK-47 rifles, and anti-aircraft gun. You are welcome to our sports segment. Rivers United faced elimination from the CAF Confederation Cup after going down to a 2-0 defeat against Tanzania's Young Africans at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo. Abdul Jalil Adebisi has the details of this and more.
Rivers United faced elimination from CAF Confederation Cup after going down to a 2-0 defeat against Tanzania's Young Africans at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo today. Both teams failed to register a goal in the first half despite creating a number of matches. During the match, Young Africans took the lead in the 73rd minute through Democratic Republic of Congo forward Fils Omayele. He netted the second 9 minutes from time. Rivers United were needed to score 3 goals without conceding in the Rivers feature to scale through the return leg, which will take place next Sunday at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium, Dar es Salaam. The winners of the contest will face Ghana's FC of South Africa or Egypt's Pyramids in the semi-finals. The Golden Eagles are off to Algeria for the 2023 African Under-17 Cup of Nations. 26 players and technical crew members made the trip to the North African country for the competition. The Golden Eagles are drawn in Group B with Zambia, Morocco and South Africa. Nduka Ogbade's side will play all their group stage matches at the Amlu Stadium. Contestant Abdul Jalil, Adebisi, OSBC News.
And on the foreign scene, the Canadian government has turned down at least 11,921 Nigerians who applied for refugee protection. Once again, Abdul Jalil Adebisi of our foreign desk can place this and other stories from around the world.
This is according to data obtained from the Refugee Protection Division of the Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada for the period under review. The board grants refugee protection in Canada if the Refugee Protection Division satisfactorily confirms that an applicant or claimant meets the United Nations definition of a convention refugee, which has been incorporated into Canadian law, or that the applicant is a person in need of protection. Several countries have evacuated diplomats and citizens from Sudan's capital as fierce fighting continues to rage in Khartoum. The United States of America and United Kingdom have flown their diplomats out of the country today. U.S. authorities said they airlifted fewer than 100 people with Chinook helicopters in a fast and clean operation. Italy, Belgium, Turkey, Japan, and the Netherlands said they were also organizing evacuations starting from today. Report says more than 150, mostly citizens of Gulf countries, as well as Egypt, Pakistan, and Canada, were evacuated by sea to the Saudi Arabia port of Jeddah. The civilians and 3 soldiers have been killed and 88 insurgents neutralized in multiple incidents across Mali in a wave of bloodshed that the government described as a resurgence of terrorist incidents. Report says suspected insurgents attacked the Sevilla airport area in the central Mopi region, detonating car bombs which killed 10 civilians and injured 61 others. According to the government source, the blast destroyed some houses in the airport's surrounding area, which is home to a Malian military camp. It added that the attackers were routed and 28 terrorists were neutralized. Abdul Jalil Adebisi, Osbc News.
We now go on a break. Dateline continues shortly. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to Dateline proper. Osun resident recently joined the Islamic world to celebrate Eid al-Fitr, where the state governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, called on residents to allow the lessons of Ramadan reflect in their lives. Governor's office correspondent Abdurrahim Adekileku brings us a report of how the governor joined the faithful to observe the 2 rakat prayers at the Eid praying ground in Osogbo.
The celebration of Eid al-Fitr that falls on first day of Shawwal, the 9th Islamic lunar month, was sequel to the sighting of the crescent moon in several locations across Nigeria and other parts of the world. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke joined the Muslim Ummah to observe the 2 rakat prayer at the Osogbo Central Eid praying ground located along Ibokun Road, Osogbo.
Allahu Akbar!
Leading the prayer, the Grand Imam of Osun State, Sheikh Musa Animasaun, congratulated the entire Ummah for witnessing the Eid, which signaled the end of the month-long fasting from sunrise to sunset. Sheikh Animasaun, while extolling the unique attributes of God as the supreme ruler of the world, enjoined Muslims to obey superior authorities, saying those in position of authorities are ordained by Allah. The Grand Imam asked Muslims to seek forgiveness of sins and thank God for sparing their lives to witness yet another Eid. In his address, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke thanked the people of Osun State for standing by his government. He used the occasion to announce that he has given approval for the completion of the long-abandoned testing ground Okebale to Garage Ilesha Roundabout Road. While enjoining Muslims to allow lessons of Ramadan to reflect in their daily endeavors, Senator Adeleke called on residents of the state to go about their celebration of Salah in peace and harmony.
You know, it's only God that is 100%. We are not 100%, but they should try and abide from the fasting of that 30 days. A lot of people stay away from a lot of things. They should try to abide by it. It's not going to be easy, but they should just try.
The governor was accompanied to the Eid praying ground by the Secretary to the State Government, Alhaji Teslim Igbalaye, Mr. Akolapo Alimi, Honorable Ashim Abioye, Prince Ayodeji Olamilekan, popularly known as Sango of Africa, Alhaji Ganiyo Olaoluwa, Honorable Ajishafe Kosolowe, among others. It has been Abdurrahim Adekileku reporting.
Still on Eid al-Fitr celebration, Eid al-Fitr is a significant Islamic holiday celebrated by Muslims worldwide. The day marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan, holding to major importance for Muslims as it is a time for family, community, and religious reflection. And this Dateline report, Oluchi Amuda, examines the significance of the celebration.
Eid al-Fitr is one of the most festivals celebrated by Muslims worldwide. The day is an important religious festival that brings Muslims together in celebration and unity. It is a time for renewal and an opportunity to strengthen bonds with family, friends, and the community. The Muslim faithful in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, demonstrated this when they trooped out to the various Eid praying ground for the Rakat prayers led by the chief imams, which indicates the end of the Ramadan fast. Speaking with Dateline after leading the 2 Rakat prayer that symbolize the end of Ramadan fast, Imam Ahmadiyya Muslim Society Osogbo, Alhaji Muhammadu Adeniran said, Eid al-Fitr is a time for Muslims to renew their faith and strengthen their relationship with Almighty Allah, adding that it is a time for reflection, forgiveness and gratitude. Imam Adeniran stated further that Eid al-Fitr is a time for charity and giving, enjoining Muslims to continue to give to the poor and the needy beyond the month of Ramadan, noting that there is greater reward for all who gives to the needy, saying it is as a way of expressing gratitude for the blessings they have received.
Ramadan is actually a teacher, and you know, when you go for a course or you are in a class, you learn to acquire knowledge and to make use of it. As Rat Umar said, that he is not a believer person that Ramadan met in life and is unable to elevate himself spiritually. And when one has elevated himself spiritually, of course, the best thing is to maintain it and keep it up. Thus, all the lessons that Ramadan has taught us is not supposed to go away with Ramadan. And after Ramadan, the remaining 6 months, they used to put into practice what they have learned in Ramadan, putting it in mind that the stage or what they have acquired, the level, spiritual level they've acquired during the month of Ramadan should not drop, but rather it should be lifted higher.
Speaking with Dateline on the rules and lessons for the youth after Ramadan, Messrs. Abdulamin Shuaib, Ahmad Lawal, Abdulaziz Abdulhamid and Ms. Rokibat Rahim, who could not hide their joy, express appreciation to Almighty Allah for giving them the grace to witness the end of the Ramadan fast, saying Muslim youth should continue to grow in their faith after Ramadan by maintaining regular prayer, reading and studying the Holy Quran, practicing kindness and generosity, avoiding bad habits and negative influence, and keep seeking knowledge and guidance from scholars and elders, just as they were doing during the month of Ramadan.
I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm so happy. I feel very excited because, as you can see, everybody are playing with each other. We have a very beautiful festival here, and we pray to Almighty Allah that we witness more of this.
I feel happy, I feel joyous.
Speaking with Dateline on the role and lessons for fathers after Ramadan, Mr. Oloyede Lawa said Ramadan offers fathers valuable lessons that can be applied in their daily lives by practicing self-discipline, managing their time effectively, prioritizing family relationships, practicing generosity and being patient, noting that fathers can be better role models, leaders and contributors to the families and communities.
There are various lessons to learn from the month of Ramadan, and one of such lessons is the fact that as fathers in the house, we owe a duty to take care of our families. The Prophet made us aware that the first obligation of a father is to the wife and the children at home. Therefore, within Ramadan and outside Ramadan, fathers should always remember that before they do anything to outsiders, they must first discharge their responsibilities to their household. Take care of their wives, take care of their children. These are part of the lessons that we learned from the month of Ramadan. So whatever lessons that Ramadan has taught us are lessons that we should continue to exhibit even after Ramadan. Failing to exhibit such lessons shows that we have not learned anything from the month. So going forward, wherever we have been found wanting in the past, we should begin to address those areas and ensure that we are doing things the way Almighty Allah expects us to do them.
Also speaking with Dateline on the role and lessons for mothers after Ramadan, Dr. Olulawal said Ramadan has taught mothers valuable lessons, which includes prioritizing self-care, practicing gratitude, being patient, supporting their husband, and nurturing their spiritual growth and that of their children, and joining mothers to be more attentive in attending to the needs of the family as they serve as role models to younger ladies in the society.
No, we should not go back to status quo. It's going to be as if you have built a house and you just now leave it, you are not taking care. It's like a garden. You have to continue to nurture it. So we have to look at what are the lessons that we learned from Ramadan. Even in the Quran, they told us that fasting has been prescribed for us, that so that we'll be successful, so that we'll be righteous, so that will be lots of other good things. So beyond Ramadan, we have to ask ourselves, what are those things that I kept away from during Ramadan, and we still continue to keep away from those things? Because it's like you are clean now, you now went back to the mud and now go and put mud all over yourself. So the exercise will be an exercise in futility. Almighty Allah will not let us to do that. So we have to keep on doing the good things, encouraging our husbands, encouraging our children to continue to be righteous Muslims. It is only when we are able to do that, even outside Ramadan, we continue to live as if we are fasting. That is when we can get the full reward of it.
The atmosphere of joy and celebration among Muslims in Eid al-Fitr was evidenced as they all trooped out in their numbers to celebrate the Fitr and the end of the holy month of Ramadan. The traffic situation was a testimony to the large turnout of Muslim faithfuls who visited the various Eid praying grounds for the celebration, going by the gridlock experience in different parts of Osogbo, the Osun State capital. This year's Ramadan celebration might have come and gone, but the memory will remain on the minds of the people for a long time. Oluwa Tobiloba, Odu Nuga, for Dateline.
Many thanks to you, Oluwa Tobiloba. Moving now to politics. The dust raised by the controversial rerun election conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in Adamawa State has finally settled, as INEC announced Governor Ahmed Fintiri as the governor-elect and presented the certificate of return to him. In this Dateline report, our reporter examines the issues surrounding the Adamawa rerun election and its implications for democracy. Nigerians finally heaved a sigh of relief following the conclusion of the supplementary election in Adamawa State. The incumbent Governor Umaru Fintiri of the People's Democratic Party, who polled a total of 430,861 votes, was declared the winner of the election by INEC as against his closest rival Aishatu Binani of the All Progressives Congress, who scored 398,788 votes. In his acceptance speech, Governor Fintiri described it as a triumph of democracy, as he appreciated Adamawa people for standing firm in the face of provocation. This was just as he thanked the electoral umpire INEC for not allowing the mandate of the people to be subverted. Reacting to this development, a legal practitioner, Mr. Hashim Abioye, stated that INEC merely corrected the mistake it made that should not have arisen in the first place.
INEC created the problem in the sense that the election of the governorship election in Adamawa State ought not to have been declared inconclusive in the first place.
It would be recalled that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) conducted supplementary election in some parts of the country on the 15th of April, following the inability of the Commission to conclude elections in some states and constituencies to fill vacant positions in the governorship, National Assembly and State House of Assembly positions. Out of all the rerun elections held across the country, the governorship election in Adamawa State took the shine. The reason was not far-fetched. The INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner Unisa Ari stoked nationwide confusion when he declared Aishatu Binani of the All Progressives Congress (APC) governor-elect without disclosing official figures in line with the electoral process, and when results have not been fully collated. The INEC reg was also alleged to have sidelined the returning officer Mohammed Mele and announced the fake results. INEC suspended the collation of results in Adamawa rerun election and also slammed the suspension on the reg, but Nigerians are yet to get over the confusion that ensued after the reg wrongly declared the winner. Some legal legal practitioners, including Mr. Tunde Babashola and Mr. Abimbola Ige, as well as an election observer, Mr. Michael Ebonfi, described the situation as a height of impunity and totally uncalled for.
What is happening in Nigeria for now is impunity. There is impunity. People are just taking laws into their own hands, probably because of, we now have a kind of something we can refer to now as an acronym, where something happens now, the next thing you hear is go to court. And I think it is in the light of that the man also did that okay, if you are not satisfied with what I have done, even though I know what I am doing is illegal, you can go to court.
It was not the duty of the REC to announce the election results. It's the duty of the returning officer. And that is where the problem lies. Even if Binani had won that election, the return made by the REC is not known to the Electoral Act.
If that should happen, meaning that we are in trouble in Nigeria, and that is another thing that INEC should really look into. It's unfortunate that should even happen at the first instance, when you have been having a process.
They maintain that the fact that an act emanated from a resident electoral commissioner who is also a lawyer made it more worrisome. While reacting to the suspension of the electoral process in Adamawa State, Mr. Ige faulted the process. According to him, the suspension has created a legal logjam which can only be determined by a court of competent jurisdiction.
Looking at it from the legal point of view, there's a lacuna. Once a return had been made, whether legally or illegally, it is the tribunal that has the power to set it aside. And that is where the problem lies. So, what happened in Adamawa has set in a legal logjam.
Speaking to the contrary, however, Mr. Abioye commended the judiciary for its role in ensuring that Nigeria's democracy is not jeopardized.
The judiciary has done very well in this regard. You will see that after the illegal declaration by the Adamawa REC, the candidate of the APC approached the Federal High Court by way of an ex parte application. But the court was up to the task by applying wisdom, asking that the other parties be put on note, or that the court be addressed on the issue of jurisdiction.
The respondents, however, agreed on the need to ensure that justice is fully served. They maintain that though the electoral body has suspended the REC and written to the Inspector General of Police, Osman Alkali Baba, for his arrest and prosecution, the matter should not be swept under the carpet.
That is an offense. That's an offense. And so I believe INEC should act swiftly or really to charge him to court. He should be tried for that offense. That is impunity. If he is not charged to court and tried, it will serve as a bad precedent for others.
I want to believe that most of our leaders, including the electoral officers, they do not know the implication of what they did. If they knew, perhaps they would have prevented the occurrence of such activity.
It wasn't an error, it was a crime. What the REC now on suspension, what he did was a crime. And any such crime is punishable under the Electoral Act.
This, they noted, will serve as deterrence to others and save Nigeria's democracy. Oluchi Amuda. Yes, and that ends Dateline on Osbc TV. Thank you for watching. It was produced by Adebare Ejimakede. The production assistant is Abdul Jalil Adebisi. Abiodun Larire is the executive producer, while the editorial advisor is Akionla Owolabi. My name is Oluchi Amuda, wishing you a wonderful night rest.